Hello, my name is Rashad Jones, and I will be your Montessuro on this introduction to the Ilocano style. Now, before we begin, I must go over a few things about the style, the history of it, nomenclature, and the rules and regulations and the expectations of you as a student in the studio of the sensei. This is what our dojo is called. Our Pongolo, which means master in Ilocano, is Jesse Pascual Dancel, and he is a native of the Philippines. Pongolo in the language Ilocos means the master. Ilocos is the language of his region, the northern region of the Philippines, Ilocos Norte. Now, Jesse Dancel was born in Barang Dingras, Ilocos Norte, in the Philippines of 1959, and he moved to he moved to the United States when he was in 1979, and it was there that he began his martial arts journey. Now, he already had previous experience from his father with weapon techniques, and he learned that directly from the Philippines and carried that over here to the United States, where he created his complete system using his weapons techniques and his teachings and learnings from both karate and taekwondo. He has both a black belt in those, and he received those when in he 1983 is when he received those, and that's when he began to open his school, the Studio of the Sensei. The Studio of the Sensei has been open for over 40 years. Originally located out of Beaumont, California, now reside in Desert Hot Springs, California. Numerous amounts of students have come and gone. Only a few black belts. However, this art is special, a very great art that does not necessarily specialize in ground techniques or clinching techniques. It's more of a striking style. However, that does not mean that we do not include those techniques into our self-defense techniques. So with that being said, um, the Ilocano style is about internal and external movements. It is both with the striking and the defense and the blockings. So it's truly a self-defense or survival style art form, if you will. Um, it's not technically used for katas or demonstrations per se. This is to build both mind and body together. And so some of the personal accomplishments of Jesse Dancel include he is a former president of the Competitors Martial Arts Federation. He ranks 8th degree in Hachidan, and he was also a inductee into the World Martial Arts Hall of Fame in 1996. And that's some great recognition right there. Enough said. Oh, he was also a president and representative of the Martial Arts Hall of Fame for Filipinos. He's a member of the directors and the board members. So great accolades for our Pongolo Jesse Dancel. Now, before we continue into the exercises and the techniques and the regimen that you will be learning, we must expound on the student goals and the rules and regulations. Now, these are very important. They also will impact your production and your ranking as well in this system if you choose to continue as well. The student goals are very important as they exemplify every aspect of your journey of your martial arts training, and they will help you understand more so about yourself and respect towards this art. Again, this art is not technically used for show. It's more of a self-defense art and should not be taken lightly. This is something that should be taken with serious and with intent and with care as well. Now, the student goals are as follows. I will always respect the studio of the sensei. I will always obey and follow the rules and regulations. I will never misuse the studio of the sensei. I will always obey Pongolo, for he is a master. I will always respect other students, most especially those in higher rank, and I will always protect the innocent and show the others the differences. Now you can see there's not too many student goals to be followed. However, they uh, they do truly exemplify a what is the word I'm looking for? A well-rounded martial artist, uh, someone who is both strong and courageous, yet caring and patient. And you will learn all of those while continuing with this style. Now, some of the rules that we have are as follows. There are three most important words that you must know and understand. Those are respect, discipline, and self-control. Now, everyone has their own explanations of the such, and I would appreciate it if you were to give me your explanations as well as some sort of feedback. But I can give you a few explanations of myself on what I think these three words mean and what they mean to me. Respect is to honor someone or some sort of teachings or followings. You respect your parents and you respect your elders by honoring their words and their guidance that they're giving to you. Of course, they've been here for longer, so they know a bit more, and we will respect our Pongolo and this art that he is teaching us because again, this is a very serious art, and it's something that should not be taken lightly. And again, because he is taking his time and his knowledge and passing it down to us. And so this we should very well respect him for him and excuse me, respect him for that and honor his wishes as he wishes us to continue forward with this art, continue spreading and showing others the differences, of course. Discipline. Discipline is very important in this art style. Um, Everyone is disciplined in their own manners, in their own ways, and without even noticing it. You're very disciplined by coming to class on time, disciplined by preparing your uniform and making sure it's clean and it's not wrinkled or pressed, and you'll be disciplined in your art as well, in your training, with making sure that you're able to achieve all your goals by pushing forward and ultimately understanding that without any pain, there's no gain. And so you're going to have to give it your all, 100%. And that's what's going to take a lot of discipline. And the self-control, lastly, it's important to have self-control, especially during our sparring sessions. A lot of the techniques are very powerful. They generate a lot of energy, and the energy can be transferred. Now, we don't necessarily want to hurt each other, and that's where the self-control comes into play. We're doing this to learn and to help teach each other and to grow as a unit. And we also use self-control in the streets as well, understanding that this knowledge is very lethal. We are not using it to go out there and hurt people. This is for self-defense and protection of ourselves and others, right? So good students know and understand honesty, obedience, and they are able to follow their instructor's commands. Honesty, it's one of those very important things that kind of ties into your discipline and your respect. It's important to be not only honest to others, but honest to yourself. Understanding that if you know you need to work harder in a certain area, then yes, be honest with yourself and work hard in that area, fine tune that area so you can be completely well-rounded. Obedience is all of these are very important. Obedience, um, mostly, if not the most important, understanding that uh, we are here to teach, and we are also here to learn. Of course, that's what the studio of the sensei is about. Um, However, obedience is key. You must understand that the knowledge that we are passing down is vital that it be learned in a specific manner. And so, being such, you have to understand that you need to pay attention, focus, uh, um, uh, mouth closed, ears open, and listen very well to the instructions given to you. That way, you can pursue a further journey in your martial arts and profound and have great experience and share your knowledge with others as well. And that also ties into following the commands. I understand that we are doing virtual sessions, or you may have recorded sessions, and so it may be hard to completely grasp some of the concepts. I will do my best to help you, and I hope that you will do your best to understand and to follow the commands. That also being said, if I am pushing you more than your current limitations, and understand I'm not being forceful, I am seeing something in you and I want to bring it out. I understand that you may not comprehend uh, the level of intensity through the camera. However, I want you to push forward and give it your all. You know what I mean? And break a sweat by all means. That's what we're here for. We're here to work hard. So work with me. Good fighters know and understand speed, timing, balance, accuracy, techniques, and power. Now, to my understanding, technique overrules all. You can have the speed with no technique and no power. You can have the power with no speed and technique. But you can't have none of those without the technique. The technique is essential, is the basis for all of the fighting styles and the kicks, the blocks, the punches. It's all been passed down to us for us to maintain and to conduct accordingly and properly. The technique comes first, then the speed, then the power. Few other guidelines to follow. As a member of the studio of the sensei, you must obey and follow your instructors, especially in the sessions. That means uh, listening to every word. Now, unless they're telling you to jump off a cliff, of course, focus, pay attention, and listen to every word, every every movement, every body positioning, um, posture. It's all essential to this art form. You must learn to unite with others. Now, I understand that you may be at home training solo. However, if you have someone around you, bring them in. Uh, use them, with of course with self-control, but help them understand. Maybe they'll want to join you as well and continue with your journey. You must learn to respect each other, and you must remember throughout the world there are other fighting styles of martial arts. Someday you may want to cross ones that you're not familiar with. And if you become engaged with such a challenge, you should always remember to be calm and never show fear, to have confidence in yourself, to never underestimate your opponent, to watch your opponent's every move, and to concentrate on what you are doing at all times, and to use the proper techniques. Other than that, there's basic, simple, rules and regulations, things that you would say you would follow in school. Specifically for our style, if you have long hair, take your hair back and up if necessary. Your uniform, well conducted, washed, pressed if necessary, clean. You don't want to come to class smelling stinky. That means you being showered as well, well maintained, teeth brushed. Of course, simple things I know, but you would be surprised. Um, Phones, no phones, cellular devices. If you do have one, please put it on silent. We choose not to be interrupted during our sessions. That means you as well. So if it rings, let it ring. You're busy working hard. No chewing gum. It's not necessary. It's going to get in the way of your breathing, right? No headphones. Um, Music may be key. It's acceptable, but we don't want to distract you. So if you do have music playing, just let it be just instrumental music. No, not necessarily words that are going to take your mind out of your focus. I like to listen to sound effects from the rain or the birds or the wilderness, maybe even a water, a stream, or something of the sort. Um, let's see. Please make sure that your camera is on and facing you. Please make sure that your microphone is unmuted. And um, let's see. Let's what anything else we're not going to cover. Lastly, yes, your dress code, of course. Now, your uniform, I understand you may not have your uniform yet, but that is okay. You can still use sweatpants or shorts, loose fitting clothing, something that is going to allow you to have full mobility, something that may soak up the sweat, you know. But the proper attire for our training is the karate uniform with your belt tied in the proper format. All right. We're going to have the right tuck in as such and tied here on the ends. Again, I understand you may not have your uniform currently, so I still accept loose fitted clothing. Sweatpants are just as fine. Shorts and a t-shirt is just as fine for now. The current ranking structure for the studio of the sensei uh, tends to derive from the traditional Taekwondo belt system, although their color scheme has a lot more than our system does. Traditionally, the Ilocano system does not use belts. Uh, my Pongolo says that we have one belt, the Barecas, that is also used for self-defense, which is the main purpose of the belt. However, when he came to the United States, he felt that it was necessary for the students to have something, some sort of recognition, something they could feel proud of, so they could see their accomplishments and also have something to look forward to, i.e., their black belt. The current system, the colors are as follows: white belt, yellow belt, green belt, blue belt, red belt, and black belt. I myself am a black belt. I've been training under the studio of the sensei for a little under 2 years. Um, it, Not necessarily what you would call a natural talent. I've had to work very hard, but my Pongolo's seen something in me, and he has worked very hard with me so I can achieve the current status that I'm at now. I've been granted the ability to teach because of such skills. I've shown um, very, very, very much improvement with over the last few months, and he wishes that I help him spread his art form. So, with that, um, ranking will be based upon your current skills. The first step, you will learn to build your strength, your faith, and your courage. This time you will choose what path you're on. If you want to be a martial artist or you like the physical exercise. The second step, your achievement is rewarded. You have deployed your strength, your faith, and your courage. You have now opened the gate of the path of which you've chosen. This is where it gets tough. Your body will experience something like it never experienced before. A bit of a shock, and that's because you'll be using muscles that you'd never used before. This is when you make your ultimate decision. Third step, you have become stable. Even in strong winds, you will not be easily swept away. You will continue to follow your path through the mountain of life. And the fourth step, never stop your quest to the top of the mountain of life. Then, once you're there, decide whether to continue or to stop. Now, with the current knowledge and understanding that you have about the Ilocano system, I ask that you give me 110%. I need your full, undivided attention. I need your respect, and I need your focus. Again, this art style is very serious. It can be lethal at times, but it will teach you self-control. It will teach you a lot of discipline. It will teach you respect for yourself and for others. Again, I ask that you stay completely engaged. Um, if I do see that you're not completely engaged, you're not focused, or that you are having a hard time with specific exercise, I will just switch the exercise. We'll see if we can get you re-engaged, refocused. Um, please show respect, of course. Address me at all times as Monasuro. Yes, Monasuro. No, Monasuro. And of course, lastly, I want you to think about the class motto. The class motto is the path of the panther, the wisdom of the dragon, and the eye of the eagle. Try to embody this totem or these spirit animals, if you will, and use them towards the drive and your focus towards achieving such a great martial arts. Now, with that being said, let's get started. The Ilocano system is a striking art, but before you can learn techniques such as
Roundhouses. Roundhouses are one of the early principles of martial arts and fighting. A very essential technique. Notice the twisting of the heel, pointing towards the target, and the twisting of the hips, creating all the motion. Similar, a side kick. Very straightforward attack, mostly delivered towards the midsection. Notice the pivot of the heel and the high lifting of the knee to fully extend the hip. The relay side kick, similar to the previous, except using the front leg. Notice the twisting of the heel, pointing towards the target, and the high extension of the knee to deliver a straightforward kick. The axe kick, or uprising. A very powerful kick, normally used to attack the collarbone or the crown of the head. You need to be very flexible for this one. The snap kick, a very fast, fluid kick delivered to the chest area or to the chin. Bring the knee up and extend the leg out, creating a snapping motion. But before you can do that, you must start with some simple exercises. Start with some jumping jacks, followed by hip rotations. We'll keep it minimal now with 5 on each side. We're going to loosen those hips up. This will help you unlock those kicks. Follow the hip rotations with neck extensions. Look to your left and hold it. Look to your right and hold it for about 5 seconds. Look to the sky and hold it. Look to the ground and hold it. Now put it all together. Take your time on this one. Don't want you getting too dizzy. And re-rotate the opposite way. Again, take your time. Fully extend your neck. After that, we'll start with some dips. You're going to extend your arms and swing them down to the floor in a 4-count method. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You do about 5 of these. Then we're going into our side stretches. Gather good air through the nose and exhale on the way down. Breathe in and exhale. That's right. We're a little teapot. Nextly, go ahead and spread your legs a little wider and begin your cherry pickers. Reach forward, reach back, hands on the hips with a straight back, and then look to the sky. Do about 5 of these in a 4-count method. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then stretch. Hold it for at least 10 seconds. Now the next exercise. Feet together. Gather good air. Inhale and exhale down. Touch your toes. Touch the floor if you can. Try to put your head to your knees. That's the way to do it. Now, spread them open again. This one may be a bit difficult. Try your hardest. Go ahead, squat down and switch sides. Squat again. Keep your back straight. Head up. Inhale on the way up. Here we go again. Exhale down for the cross stretch. Look to the sky. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale down. Look to the sky. Feet together. Knee rotations. You're going to bend your knees. Keep your back straight. Head up. Bend those knees and push them out. Rotate them clockwise and counterclockwise. Clockwise, counterclockwise. Wonderful. Now, leg up into leg rotations. You want to do about 5 rotations clockwise and counterclockwise. And then switch clockwise and then counterclockwise. Wonderful. Now, get you about a rock. This rock weighs about 5 to 10 pounds. Go into what's called a horse stance. Imagine you're riding a horse. Simple as that. Take this rock and rotate it clockwise and counterclockwise in the front of you to make sure you're twisting your wrists and your forearms. The same thing with above the head. Twist the wrists and the forearms. This will help with your blocks. The same thing. Twist the wrists. Twist the hips. Back straight. Head up. Above the head and rotate. This helps with the shoulders. All of this is very important while simultaneously having a correct posture. Back straight, knees bent. You should feel it in your legs. The lower, the better. Do about 5 rotations on each side, clockwise, counterclockwise. Now, go ahead and grab you a weapon of choice. I prefer what's called a pangor or a walking stick. And go ahead and swing it around a couple times. Get familiar with your weapon. Be careful. Watch your surroundings. As you're familiar with the weapon, you're going to go into what we call our fishing exercise. This is also important for leg strength. Focus. Go into your horse stance. Keep a firm posture. Back straight, head up, knees bent. I want you to inhale up and exhale down. As you exhale down, bend the knees. Back straight, head up. Bend the knees and use gravity to help drive down the weapon into the floor. Bend the knees first, then drive the weapon. Knees first, then drive the weapon. Again, from a different angle. Horse stance. Back straight, head up. Bend the knees first, then drive the weapon. Again, bend the knees first, then drive the weapon. Knees first, drive the weapon. At all times, remain in correct posture. Your back is straight, and your head is up. Focus. Lastly, this is what we call double stick. Unfortunately, I do not have the other stick, but nonetheless, you can imagine 2 if you will. This is one of our many striking techniques. This is also the very first strike that you will learn. The strike is aimed at the neck, collarbone, jaw area, eye socket, and temple. Back straight, posture is formed, head is up, knees bent.
I want to say thank you for taking the time out today to learn. Look forward to your great journey. I also want to say congratulations on making the decision to do so. Welcome to the studio of the Sensei, and that concludes your introduction to the Ilocano style.